Hello, hello, hello. We're back with round 3 here.
Hey, everybody.
We have Diego here with us, the
What's up?
Brown Messiah, as you might know him.
The Messiah is here after a long bout of tacos. So.
Yeah, Diego graciously made tacos for all of us here. Pretty great. Look at that. 3 energy and a sidekick. What do you think he's going to buy there? Hey, we also have the wrong name over here.
Oh, yeah.
Katana straight to the field with a sidekick. It's a pretty impressive first turn.
Oh, the green.
We've been looking at ways of mitigating first turn advantage, and I think some of the cards in this set do a pretty decent job at that. I'm really a big fan so far of this Green Arrow Flash set.
This is Tonga. Sorry, guys. Hang on one second.
There we go. Now we have our names proper.
What? So wait, what about colors? Oh, okay. Are we not?
That way we can keep track of when they
Okay.
buy them.
Okay.
So, what is that? That's a Speedy there that Dave bought on turn 1 and fielded a sidekick. So,
it looks like
let's see. What do you think Tonga's going to buy there for that 4
he's got
energy?
4 energy. Has he bought any superhero?
Another
Distribution?
Katana,
Another
straight
Katana.
out.
Okay. Well, that makes sense. You know,
It's going to attack with 2.
yeah. So probably take the. Okay, so it's gonna just let that one go through. Get the Katana out of the way. That's good strategy now. Starting to rush him down. Getting. Oh, let's see here. Kind of gotta change. Up here.
Here we go. Of course, we have PXG in this again, so you might see a few more dice rolled.
Oh, whoops, no. Looking at the wrong one here. So he's got 4 energy, no shield, 2 masks. What else can he go in for? Could probably just go into another Speedy there.
Another Speedy, Babs maybe. Start getting some of that damage in to start clearing.
Mm-hmm. It looks like also, I'm not exactly
Let's
sure.
see, he just went and bought a Imprisoned. You know, that Imprisoned is going to be a pretty good defense against that Katana. They're all pretty much 0-1 fielding costs. 0-0-1, I believe, is what it is.
So she tops out at 1. With it,
so he'll be able to get at least 2, if not all, of the Katanas with just 1 Imprisoned. So that's a pretty good counter right there.
Really good way to defend himself against that early Katana rush. Let's see how Tonga decides to respond. Here he's got 5 energy altogether. Here, I gotta look at these.
Yeah, bring the team sheets in the middle.
Team sheets. So this is that one.
I don't know where Kevin put Dave's team sheet.
Yeah,
We got a little bit.
here. So he's running Human Torch Johnny Storm. So it looks like that might be one of the ways he's going to be looking to win here. Running Batgirl, Babs, Martian Manhunter. I'm not sure which Martian Manhunter that is actually. Johnny Storm is the uncommon one out of AVX. Is that right?
Yeah, uncommon out of AVX. Well, when he's active, every time you field a character, Human Torch deals 1 damage to your opponent.
Okay, so it looks like he's going to be trying to storm him to death rather.
Yeah.
So
Look at that. That's that Black Widow from
Black Widow. I believe that might be the one that can block any number of 0 fielding costs.
Let's see which one.
Here, that is Black Widow Triple Agent. So yeah, I believe that is out of Civil War.
Yeah, no, when fielded, deal 1 damage, target opposing character die.
Oh, okay.
So that'll clear out those Katanas and those sidekicks there. Not such a good roll there unless he wants to buy some stuff here. That's quite a bit of energy to play with.
He's already invested a really heavy amount into the Katana, so I feel like he definitely wants to re-roll those and get those in. And he gets them. So.
And he gets them on level 3.
So doing a really good job here, getting the rush down, and looks like he should just go ahead and attack there.
Just keep clearing them out. Keep clearing them out. Keep clearing them out. It's going to be a good way.
4 damage.
Yeah, so we have Dave Dixon here playing. He's one of our TOs from the Game Haven Bountiful store.
Yes, he is.
You might recognize him from episode 13. Him and his wife are on, and we did an interview with him.
Yeah, they had a really, really nice perspective on what it is to be TOs, especially ones who are married and they run the whole thing together up there. So
yeah, for sure. And a game that they kind of recently got into. They've been playing for a few months, and they really enjoy this game. It sounds like Dave comes from like a wargaming background and just said, hey, this is too expensive for my entire family to play. Let's check out this Dice Masters game.
Something that a little bit more cost effective for us. So he's going to go ahead and field the Speedy and the sidekick over there. Which Speedy is that one? Accomplished Archer. I believe that is the fast one. Let's see here.
While he's attacking, when your opponent deals blockers, Speedy deals each of those. While Speedy is attacking, when your opponent declares blockers, Speedy deals each of those character dice 1 damage.
I see. Okay. Yeah.
So every time he blocks, he has to have that katana on a pretty high level so that he can.
So in order to survive that ping damage, so that's actually really, really good way to defend himself against the rush. Looks like he's going to be able to establish a nice little defense here against that, especially because it's going to be hitting all of them.
Yeah, for sure. So that Speedy comes out of that new Green Arrow Flash set. How do you feel about that Green Arrow Flash set, Diego?
I like it a lot. I like everything that they're trying to introduce into the game with the dual energies, globals that allow you to put things in your prepper, like the chalkboard.
The chalkboard global is going to be fun to play with for sure.
I'm really looking forward to using that a lot. I also really love the cold gun. I've been waiting, I have been just dying for this card to come out because it's exactly what we needed to help against those. There are a lot of options in this game that you can't react on your opponent's turn sometimes.
Absolutely.
It gives you a shot, and so that's going to be a really, really good way to say, hey, they've got that Green Goliath out there. Oh, I'm going to blank that. They've got the Zombie Magneto out there. I'm going to blank that for this turn.
Yeah, for sure. So Tonga just bought a Felicity Smoke. When fielded, you may spin target character die up or down 1 level. This is a nice one to have. If you have someone on the other side who's getting you out there and they're getting pretty big, you can spin them down. Or if you have your big guy out but he rolled level 1 for you, Gorilla Grodd, he's a 4/4 on level 1 but a 6/6 on level 2. You field the Felicity Smoke, spin him up 1 level, you already have +2/+2.
Right. Also, it's just also a really good way once he has all those katanas out, he's gonna be able to at least spin him up to level. Can get him up to level 3. That way they can survive that initial Speedy damage there when he's blocking. So pretty good defense there.
Definitely. And you know what? I just thought of that Felicity Smoke might be fun to play with in prison because you can spin people down a level to get them lower cost on their fielding.
Yeah, that would be
so you can imprison more, or also use it to protect your characters from imprison. Get them up to that 2 cost or higher fielding cost.
Yeah, that Felicity Smoke, the spinning one, is seeing a lot more play than I initially thought it would. I always valued the uncommon one that allows you to change sidekicks to their question marks. Yeah. But we're seeing a lot, or at least around here, we're seeing a lot more of the common one with the spinner one.
Yeah, there's mechanics in the game that spin, but not a whole lot of them. And being able to spin up anything 1 level or spin anything down 1 level, that's a pretty powerful action. If you have someone that's got a burst side, like say Green Goliath, you can spin him up above his burst side, and he's doing less damage each time he gets pinged.
Looks like Tonga just bought the Atom, and it looks like the Atom, Sword of the Atom. So this is the common one. This is the one that you can play. You can use the ability anytime you could use a global, and you spin him down to his lowest level, and he deals 3 damage to a target character.
Yep, correct.
I really like that one a lot too. That one actually worked really awesome in drafts for a lot of people, around here especially.
Yeah, I think anytime you can do direct damage to a character die is really nice. You know, that's why things like Babs are popular. That's why things like Green Goliath are popular. You're doing damage to the character dice to clear them out.
Mm-hmm. So it looks like he's kind of not the greatest of rolls there. What else can he buy here? So I'm not sure I'm going to be doing very much buying.
So he's going to obviously spin down the speedy 1 level because that's the only valid target right now.
Mm-hmm. He doesn't even really want to attack either because he's just going to his board's going to get cleared.
Yeah, he needs to. If I were him, I'd start trying to figure out a way to start buying that imprisoned action die that Dave brought.
Yeah,
I think.
Actually, I think that's going to be probably the best thing to do.
And there he goes, buying another Felicity Smoke for a 2 cost. You know, it's shield ring team, 2 cost that, 2 cost Constantine, like.
And you know, it's also good because you know, the ability is actually really good too. So it's keep things out of the play.
Yeah, and just so you guys know, we're playing a heroes only theme today, so no D&D, no Yu-Gi-Oh, but that Felicity Smoke paired up with some Fabricators. You roll those Fabricators on level 1, spin them up with Felicity Smoke, kill them, fabricate another die in.
So he's going to imprison here.
Yep.
Roll
So
the action there.
So there goes everything in his field.
Uh-huh.
The only benefit for Tonga that is that he no longer has to deal with, what was that, 4 sidekick die?
Yeah, I was going to say, it does thin out his bag. It does, however, make it a little harder for him to buy some stuff. So
now Dave has to choose whether or not he wants to attack and bring everything back, or if he wants to keep it going for a little while. So
just going to go ahead and buy. So
you use the Rip Hunter's chalkboard there to move it over.
And yeah, that's just going to end the turn that way. No attacks there. Smart choice. You know, he doesn't really want him to get those sidekicks back, you know, because he's already like undercut his buying power so much. So.
Well, yeah, and only doing 4 damage. That's not really what imprison's for.
It's not going to be really worth it.
I always tried to run imprisoned with my Guy Gardner teams, and it always seemed like a good thing until my opponents would buy it, and then they would totally screw me.
Oh yeah.
That
is the drawback there when you have actions that do the abilities like that, and you rely on sort of thing like that.
Yeah. So right here, Tonga's gonna get one life in.
Yeah, 1 damage in, and he deals. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, so he's gonna get 1 damage in there, and not really that effective of an attack if you think about it.
Unfortunately, it doesn't seem like that. However, he does still have a blocker in place with Katana, so maybe just all he needs right now.
Yeah, pretty poor roll from Dave.
Oh yeah. Which Martian Manhunt? Trinity War. Let's see here. Oh, I have this. I know. I'm like, wait a minute. Why am I hearing? The Trinity War.
The Trinity War. Fist characters deal no damage to Martian Manhunter.
Okay.
It's an interesting choice. Katana's a mask character, so.
I think also you may be just looking,
just looking for a big body because he has pretty good stats, right?
Yeah, he does have pretty good stats. I think he tops out at 7'5".
7'4".
7'4".
It's
but I also
5'2", 6'2", 7'4".
Right. I also did just realize though that no fist character. Did you say combat damage, or is it just damage?
Fist characters deal no damage to Martian Manhunter.
So that means that he's safe from the atom.
Yeah, he is safe from the atom. That's a good call there. It looks like he bought another one and put it in the prep area. What do you think about that new global on the chalkboard there?
I think it's already drastically changed the game here.
I agree.
Look, he's going to be rolling that Martian Manhunter next turn. Whether he gets it or not is neither here nor there because it's you're immediately causing your opponent to like play against what you need to go for. And I guess what I mean by that is just putting them on the back foot. Yeah,
with other combos in the game, you can definitely get out a 3-cost character on your first turn, or depending on the globals you bring, you can get a 4-cost action die out. You can have it in your prep area first turn, so your turn 2, you're rolling that action die.
Mm-hmm.
There's some interesting strategies floating around about that. I read on one of the Facebook pages that someone is able to do 19 damage on turn 2.
Goodness. Oh, my goodness.
That's pretty interesting. Right? He said it was very rare that it it would happen.
Like what? It was like 1 in like 3, so Tonga does get in there for 1 more. Or
yeah.
At least he's keeping up some pressure on him, you know.
Yeah, for sure. I think that's all Tonga can do right now with what he's bought, and especially I don't know if you noticed the last roll, but he missed both Felicity Smoke and the Atom.
So it's definitely rough for him there. He did buy a Star Labs, however. The action I really like as well. So if he can get out a Felicity, you know, he can still find a way to clear out the damage from, or at least clear out that Speedy. I believe that's the common one.
It's the rare.
Oh, it is the rare?
Yeah.
Okay.
All of your bolt character dice gain fast, and all of your shield character dice gain +2 defense. And if you roll it on a burst or a double burst side, all of your bolt and shield characters get +2 defense and fast.
Okay. Interesting.
And of course, it has that global that we've been talking about in this area. Something that, you know, you could potentially consider replacing Professor X with it.
Right, exactly.
It's a little more expensive, but it's really good if you have it.
I agree, 100% agree. I think it's one of the most useful. It's just probably one of the most useful ones that come out because you get a blocker and you prep something.
Yeah, and if you block it, it gets KO'd and goes to the prep. So you still have your 2 sidekick dice in your prep area.
So it looks like Dave's just gonna sit on that Martian Manhunter. It looks like he's level 2. Can't quite tell.
I believe that is level 2, 6'2" stats. Mm-hmm. We have to remember Tonga still has those 4 sidekick dice and 1 katana out to the side on the Imprison.
Right. So he still keeps. Unfortunately, does that? No, that's 5/5. So yeah, he did roll at level 3, so he can still trigger the ability.
Yeah, I think what would be better for him right now is the Atom's a fist character, so Star Labs won't do anything to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would roll that down and knock out one of those characters and then give Katana fast and try to swing in and at least clear something out.
Yeah, exactly. I would definitely agree with that. Looks like he's just going to sit on it.
So Dave started out with the Uncanny X-Men set. That was his first set. So he started this game with Professor X.
Right. That's exact. Right. I didn't come into that set for sure. My form of ramp was just action ramp. You know, it was mostly that was the best way that I could figure it out.
Yeah, there's a reason our Dice Masters Guild on WizKids is called Relaxing Kobolds.
Exactly.
Those were the two most popular forms of ramp when I started playing here. Everyone's like, relaxing. I was like, no, that's a stupid card. And then I bought one.
You're a hater.
I was totally a hater. I was like, that's too silly.
Uh-huh.
Look at that. All those dice rolled. Mm-hmm. He has another Imprison, so
he did.
This is a question that I've had. If you play a second Imprison, does it cancel the first Imprison? Or do you keep... Does each die... I think each Imprison die keeps imprisoning.
It stacks. You might want to look up the...
Yeah, give me a second. I'll do a WizKids forum search on that.
I think really the way it happens is... Yeah, because... Well, and even just the way that the card reads. Let's take a look at it here. But oh wow, he's got a lot of characters there. So what is that? That's 6-2, 3-3, and 5-2.
I think so. So that's 11, 14 damage. Plus the lethal. 4 there. That's 18.
Not quite lethal there. Just 2 off. If he was able to roll that Speedy, he could have gotten it for sure. That would have been the game. But Looks like he might just have to sit on it.
I would absolutely just imprison that katana and just keep waiting.
Let me see here. Let's look up the text of imprisoned. Looks like he's gonna buy another Black Widow, and he did just let the imprisoned go. So let's see here. So it says this die. So imprisoned reads this die captures any number of opposing characters with total fielding cost of 2 or less. The effect lasts until canceled or you damage your opponent. Return the captured die to your field. The way that reads, I would say that it does stack.
Yeah, I think that it does. I feel like I vaguely remember reading something about it in the rules form.
So looks like they're just trying to get oh, he's spinning down Felicity with Felicity. Look at how return. There we go. And looks like he's gonna activate the Atom and deal 3 damage to one of his Martian Manhunters. Get that one out of the field. Let's see here. Yeah, it does seem a little unfortunate, however, because the looks like that Star Labs is just kind of getting wasted every single time.
Yeah, right now he doesn't really have anything to buff up with that Star Labs. I don't think it was a terrible purchase, but kind of an odd purchase at the point he was in the game. Maybe it just happened to be what energy he had at the time and planning for later.
Yeah, that's true. In some of those instances, you don't want to really even want to buy those cards. But,
Yeah,
sometimes it's nice though. It can work out. You can buff up the Felicity for blocking damage so that she can survive.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what?
So let's see. With this imprisoned here, he can get everything out. Let's do the math.
Let's see here.
What do we have? 4.
So he's got 4, 2, 7.
That's the.
I believe that's it. Yeah.
I think that is going to be game. Field those. Imprisoned all of those.
And that's 5.
Here we go. Will we see the handshake?
Yeah,
there it is.
And that's the game.
GG, boys. GG.
Looks like the game goes to Dave Christensen. Or Dixon, excuse me.
Dave Dixon, yeah. Dave Christensen didn't show up today.
He did not.
He's a nice guy. I like when he plays here.
I do too. Congratulations to Dave. I think we're going to...
Yeah, let's...
do you want to pull him over here for...
Yeah, we got time.
Post-game? Yeah, I think so.
Let's pull Dave over here for some post-game
let's go.
interview. Okay, guys, so we're going to get Dave over here to chat with us about his last match. He's now 3-0 here at the tournament. He's setting up pretty good. We're doing 4 rounds of Swiss, and then we're going to cut to a top 8. And here he is, Dave. Make sure you get nice and close to that mic so that the guys out there on the Twitch lands can hear you. How'd that game go for you?
It was a lot of fun, actually. I have never played Imprisoned before.
Yeah, you seem to use it very, very effectively.
I've always had my eye on it, but I've always been afraid to bring it. And then today I brought it, and it was only kind of incidental to what I had planned on doing. But I kept noticing how well it functioned, and so I think it was like key in each game I played.
Oh, absolutely. I love bringing Imprisoned. The only thing is you just hope your opponent doesn't realize that they should buy it too.
Yeah.
Because it definitely will not only clear their board, but it will clear yours too.
Oh yeah.
You know, in the team that he was playing a very fast, low fielding team, so it was perfect.
It was.
Yeah. How'd your other 2 games go so far?
I enjoyed both of those. Again, today I brought a team. If I was going to give it a name, it would be Death of 1,000 Cuts. It was just all these little like mini damages between like Babs and other kinds of characters that just deal like Speedy Rare with the blocking.
Yeah.
But I never got into any of that because I just kept using Imprisoned and a couple of other characters, and it was like, wow, this. So I didn't really know how my team was going to function.
Yeah, it seemed to work really well here. as soon as you started buying that Imprison, we knew exactly what you were doing, and it was
glad it worked out.
It was good, yeah.
I got lucky.
That was a fun team and a good game. We were a little, we were thinking Tonga might have you there at the beginning because he kept doing all that damage, but
I couldn't roll for anything for those first few rounds.
Yeah, and then Tonga missed a few rolls, and I don't know if he brought a big enough hammer. Is what I think it ended up. You had that Martian Manhunter who gets pretty beefy.
He's a 5 at level 1. There's not many 4-cost dice that do that.
Yeah, exactly. 5 at level 1 and a 7 at level 3.
Yeah.
And at level 3 he's a 3 fielding cost, right?
Yeah.
So he's in prison. He can't be in prison.
Yeah.
So you already brought your own defense there.